Man, these makeup girls just aren't what they used to be. Can you even see my cheekbones? Hey ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Seymour Butts, along with my partner,
Hugh Jazz, and we welcome you ladies and gentlemen tonight to the 2014 Everyday Games, the only show where international stars come to compete for points that don't really matter.
Exactly, and we're the only station covering this year's events because, let's face it, no other self-respecting station even would cover them.
But that's not important. What is important is that you don't touch that dial, because we're about to bring you some of the greatest Everyday Games events, and we're going to start with one of our favorites, Finding the Remote in the Sofa.
Ah, America's sweetheart, Harley Padua. She did an amazing job this year at the qualifiers.
That she did, Hugh. It was sad to see her only go home with the bronze in last year's games. She lost a significant number of points for not actually finding the remote.
Now, the goal here is to make the search look as seamless as possible.
Let's take a second to admire her focus. She's in her own world right now, Hugh.
That's the focus that these athletes need to be successful in this event, Mr. Butts.
Simply incredible, Hugh. She's going to score very well, and I think we just might be able to expect a gold medal here.
That just goes to show you the kind of excitement and intensity that you'll see in the Everyday Games.
That's right, Seymour. A little surprise for everyone. Perhaps it's time that we take it a little slower and go to one of our quieter events.
Agreed, especially considering this next event is one of God and America's greatest inventions.
Agreed. The sandwich. Let's go over to Alyssa Holmes as she's preparing to compete in the sandwich assembly.
Now, I'm sorry to say that I don't think we have much reason to be confident in this competitor here.
For the viewers at home who missed the qualifiers, Alyssa actually did not even place in the sandwich assembly due to her susceptibility to mid-event panic attacks.
But during a practice shortly before the games, an athlete who originally beat Alyssa suffered a traumatic pickle jar opening accident. Now that's unfortunate. Now Alyssa's being called upon to represent her country. Starting with the bread is always a good move. I prefer rye. But I mean, what sandwich doesn't have bread, am I right?
You completely are, Seymour. It really comes down to what she chooses to put on this sandwich to get the point values.
Oh no, Hugh, it looks like we're about to have a repeat of what happened in qualifiers. She's panicking!
Oh, this does not look good for America, folks. She's choking.
I guess not everyone can bring home the gold. Let's switch back to the studio to give her some privacy.
What a loser! Too bad that event's not called How to Disappoint Your Country or Hating America, because she'd be great at those events.
Do you hear this guy? How am I supposed to work with such an insensitive guy with such a huge...
What?
Nothing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to our next event. We've seen awesome jobs so far in the sandwich making department and in the finding the remote control department. But this next event requires the most amount of skill.
I'd say it's time we switch over to it. You know, it's something more peaceful and passive.
Good idea, as Taryn Dunmars performs in probably the most difficult task that we have here in the Everyday Olympics, the sleep.
Well, she's sleeping.
Yep, that she is. She's just sleeping.
Yes, sirree. Fast asleep. Oh, wait. Never mind. Do you think she's dreaming, Hugh?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't care, Seymour. This is our most boring event.
Yeah. Seriously.
I think that's just about enough excitement from today's series of competitions.
Absolutely, Hugh. Well, everyone, thanks for tuning in for the one
And only.
coverage of the Everyday Games. I'm Seymour Butts.
And I'm Hugh Jazz. Stay jazzy, America.
That's a corny sign-off.
Your last name is Butts.
You're even worse than my last partner, Tits McGee.